Hey, this is Mark, and we are going to give our Python notebook a name. I'm going to call this is triangle right angled. Now, the reason for that is because in this video, we are going to try to define a function that can determine if a triangle is right angled given the length of each of its sides. Now, the approach that we're going to use here is the Pythagorean theorem converse. Now that states that if the equation a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared is a true statement where c represents the length of the longest side, then the triangle is right angled. Now we can get started in defining our function. So we're going to use def, then the name of our function, which we're going to call is try right, and our function is going to have three arguments, a, b, and c. Now we're going to define our equation as try eqn, so a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So this is an equation that is either true or false. Now if that equation, try eqn, is equal to a true statement, then we are going to output a print statement. So the argument of this print function is your triangle is right angled. Now, if that try equation is false or else, we will output a print function where your triangle is not right angled as the argument. Now, we need to return this output from our function here. So we're going to return output. Now let's try it. Is try right, and we're going to give it three arguments, 3, 4, and 5, and it returns your triangle's right angled. So it looks like it works. Let's try 3, 4, 6. Your triangle is not right angled. Okay, let's change the order to 3, 5, 4. It's not right angled. So our function is not able to determine the order of the sides here in terms of which one is the longest side. So we are going to create a variable called myparams for my parameters. And what we're going to do is create a list of the three inputted values, a, b, and c. And then we're going to sort this list using the sorted function. And this is going to be stored as the variable SL that we can now index those values in the list. So the 0 and first values indexed in that list, and then C will be that last value indexed in the list. So now this should work. Our function is now able to determine which is that longest side and store that as C. Now I just want to take a second to show what I've done there. So my parameters was a variable that we created, which was a list of values. So I'm going to change the values of A, B, and C to just three positive integers. So 2, 1, and 4. And you'll see here when I run this SL, I get 1, 2, 4. So the list has been sorted. Now I'm going to index the first value in that list, which is the 0th value. And the first index value is 2, and the second index value should be 4. So we've created a function to determine if a triangle is right angled or not based on the lengths of the three given sides.